someone asks, "How are you feeling?" You say, "I'm fine." But you're not fine. You're anxious, or frustrated, or overwhelmed. And you don't know how to say it. This is for B1 and B2 learners who want to talk about emotions like native speakers do in real conversations, not textbooks. By the end of this, you'll know exactly how to express what you're actually feeling. Let's start with the one word that's blocking you: the fine trap. Here's what happened. You learned basic emotions in beginner English: happy, sad, angry, tired. So when someone asks how you feel, you pick the closest basic word. I'm fine. I'm okay. I'm tired. But native speakers almost never say this. They say, I'm drained. I'm on edge. I'm just off today. Why? Because emotions aren't simple, and English has hundreds of words to express the layers. You already feel these layers. You just don't have the vocabulary yet. And here's the problem. When you can't name what you feel, conversations stay surface level. Someone asks, "How was your day?" You say, "Good." But what you mean is exhausting. My boss kept changing the plan. I feel scattered. That's the difference between basic English and natural English. And it starts with one shift. Here's what most people miss: the native pattern. Let me show you how native speakers actually talk about feelings. They don't just name the emotion, they describe the sensation. Listen to this. Basic English: I feel stressed. Native English: I feel like I'm drowning in tasks. Basic English: I'm sad. Native English: I feel really heavy today. See the difference? Native speakers use physical language to describe emotional states. They say, I'm on cloud 9. I'm burning out. I'm feeling stretched thin. These aren't idioms you need to memorize. They are patterns you need to recognize. And once you see the patterns, everything clicks. Let me give you 3 examples. When you're anxious, native speakers say, I'm on edge. I'm all over the place. I can't seem to settle. When you're exhausted, they say, I'm completely drained. I'm running on empty. I have nothing left in the tank. When you're excited, they say, I'm buzzing. I'm pumped. I can't wait. Notice something? Every phrase creates a picture, a feeling you can almost touch. That's the key. Now here's where it gets interesting. The vocabulary gap. Here's why you've been stuck. You know the word angry, but anger has levels. Annoyed, irritated, frustrated, furious, livid. Each one is different. Annoyed, for example, when someone is tapping their pen continuously. Irritated, like your internet keeps cutting out. Frustrated, like you've explained something 3 times and they still don't get it. Furious, like someone lied to you. Live it. Someone hurt the person you love. Same emotion, different intensity. And native speakers switch between these words constantly. But here's what makes it hard. No one teaches you which word to use when. So you default to angry for everything or sad for everything, and your English sounds flat. Let me show you how to fix this. Think about your week. Think about a moment when you felt something wrong. What was it? Now, I'm going to give you the exact words native speakers would use. And I want you to notice which one feels right. Let's start with stress. Stressed. Everyone says this word, but stress has layers. When it's mild, native speakers say, I'm a bit overwhelmed. I'm a bit overwhelmed. When it's building, they say, I'm starting to feel the pressure. I'm starting to feel the pressure. When it's intense, they say, I'm completely swamped. I'm completely swamped. When it's breaking point, they say, I'm at my limit. I'm at my limit. Each phrase tells a different story. I'm overwhelmed means there's too much, but I'm managing. I'm swamped means I'm buried. I can't keep up. I'm at my limit. It means one more thing and I'll break. Now, here's the magic. When you use the exact right phrase, people understand you immediately. You don't have to explain. You don't have to add extra sentences. You just say, I'm swamped this week. And they get it. Compare that to, I'm very busy and stressed. It's flat. It doesn't land. So here's the rule. The more specific the word, the clearer the feeling. Let me give you another example. The happiness trap. Happy is the most overused word in English, and it makes you sound like a beginner. Because happiness isn't one feeling, it's a whole range. When something good happens, native speakers say, I'm thrilled. I'm over the moon. I'm stoked. When they are content, they say, I'm in a good place. I'm feeling really centered. I'm at peace. When they're excited, they say, I'm buzzing. I'm so pumped. I can't wait. When they're relieved, they say, I feel like a weight has been lifted. I can finally breathe. I feel lighter. Each one paints a different picture. And here's what's powerful. When you use these phrases, you sound fluent. Not because your grammar is perfect, but because you're speaking the way natives actually speak. Let me tell you about a student. Her name was Lena, B2 level. Great grammar, but her English felt robotic. She'd say things like, I am happy about the news. I am sad about the situation. Correct, but stiff. Then she started using native phrases. I'm over the moon about the news. I'm gutted about what happened. Suddenly, her English had life. People responded differently. Conversations flowed. Why? Because emotions aren't just information, they're connection. And when you express them naturally, people connect with you. Now, here's the part no one tells you. The conversation formula. Talking about feelings isn't just vocabulary, it's structure. Here's how native speakers do it. Step 1, name the feeling. Like, I'm feeling really anxious. Step 2, give context. I have this presentation tomorrow. Step 3, describe the sensation. And I just can't seem to focus. That's it. Feeling, context, sensation. Let me show you this in action. This is the bad version. I'm stressed because of work. Now listen to the native version. I'm totally overwhelmed. Work has been insane this week. I feel like I'm juggling too many things at once. You see the difference? The second version is complete. It gives the listener something to respond to. Here's another one. First, the bad version. I'm happy about my new job. Now, listen to the native version. I'm so excited. I start my new job next week. I feel like this is exactly what I needed. Again, feeling, then context, and then sensation. This formula works every time. And once you internalize it, conversations become effortless. But there is one mistake you need to avoid. The over-explanation mistake. Here's what intermediate learners do wrong. They explain too much. Someone asks, "How are you feeling?" And they give a 5-minute answer with background, with reasons, with justifications. Native speakers don't do this. They give just enough. I'm a bit off today. Didn't sleep well. That's it. Short, clear, natural. If the person wants to know more, they'll ask. But you don't need to front load everything. Here's the rule. One feeling, one reason. Done. Let me give you examples. Instead of saying this, I'm feeling really stressed because I have a lot of work and I didn't finish everything yesterday, and now I have a meeting and I'm not prepared. No, you need to say this. I'm stressed. Big meeting today and I'm not ready. You see? Same information, half the words. And here's what's powerful. When you speak concisely, you sound confident. Because confident people don't over-explain. They trust that what they say is enough. So practice this. When someone asks how you feel, give them 2 sentences, not 10. Feeling plus context. That's it. Now, here's how to make it stick. The daily practice. You don't need to memorize lists of emotion words. You need to use them. Here's how. Every day, ask yourself, how am I feeling right now? Then answer out loud in English. Not in your head, out loud. Use the native patterns we talked about. Like, I'm feeling a bit drained today. I'm anxious about that email I need to send. I'm content. Things are good right now. This takes 30 seconds, but it trains your brain to access emotion vocabulary automatically. And here's what happens after 2 weeks. You're in a real conversation. Someone asks, how are you? And instead of I'm fine, you say, I'm exhausted. It's been a long week. natural, easy, no thinking. Because you have practiced. Here's another exercise. Watch a movie or a show. When a character expresses emotion, pause it. Ask yourself, how would I describe what they're feeling? Then say it out loud. She's devastated. He's on edge. They're relieved. This trains you to recognize emotion vocabulary and context. And the more you recognize it, the easier it becomes to use it. Talking about feelings isn't just about vocabulary. It's about being real, being honest, being human. And when you can express what you actually feel in English, everything changes. Conversations become deeper. Connections become stronger. You stop sounding like a textbook and you start sounding like yourself. So start today. Next time someone asks how you are, tell them the truth, not fine. The real answer. You have the words now. Use them. Thanks for listening. I'll see you in the next one.